Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out the brand new Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer. So I'm looking forward to this because this one is more of a radiance foundation and obviously it's supposed to be really hydrating. Let's just get started. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like here. It has similar packaging to the Conceal and Define, so that's the Conceal and Define obviously, and as you can see very similar. What I do notice is the Hydrate one is a little bit bigger, probably because it has a pump, whereas this one here has a doe foot. Let's read a little bit about this. So it says the Conceal and Hydrate foundation is a radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid and it's got medium to full coverage. Right, I'm going to pull up the website here and read a little bit more about what it claims to do. So, right, I'm on Revolution's website right now and it says the Conceal and Hydrate foundation has a 50 shade range infused with hyaluronic acid to hydrate the complexion, providing a plumping effect and create a smoother satin glow finish to the skin. Conceal and Hydrate foundation has been specially formulated to suit every skin type and tone, but is particularly beneficial for dry skin. With hyaluronic acid, it offers all day long radiance and glow without settling into fine lines or clinging to dry patches. Housed in a luxe glass bottle with a new pump applicator for added control, this foundation offers medium to full coverage. Okay, so it is saying that it's suitable for every skin type, however it will be even better for dry skin. So I have normal to dry skin, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes on me. It has a radiance finish, which I do like in a foundation. Now Revolution sent over a bunch of the shades. I have 6 here to choose from, and I believe the actual shade range is the same as the Conceal and Define, you know, just a different formula, but it has the same shade kind of colours, if you know what I mean. In the Conceal and Define I was about F7 when I wasn't that tanned, and F8 and F10.5 when I was a little bit more tan. So I think they sent me over, they've got F7 here, I've got F7 here and F6, 8.5, I have 8 as well. So I think I might start off with F7 just to see first, because I have a bunch of shades here. I have a few lighter ones as well and a few darker ones in F7, so I could probably maybe add them if this one's too light. Okay, so that's the pump there. It's just a kind of black one like so. As I said, it's different from the Conceal and Define because I had like a doe foot, which I actually didn't really mind, to be honest. I don't know how many pumps of this to use. I'm just going to apply a few drops. That looks a little bit light. I don't know, or is that perfect match? Might be a perfect match actually. I don't know if it kind of like oxidizes or anything like that. We'll see that, you know, in the kind of wear test. Okay, so this one here is F8. So as you can see, that one's like a lot darker than F7. Like, let's just go with F7 because I can always bronze up my skin to look a little bit darker. So just applying a few drops to this side of my face. I don't know how much of it to use, but it is quite a liquidy foundation. I'm going to apply a little bit just to my neck there so that we match quite well. It feels nice and liquidy, which I do like from a foundation, you know. I don't like this foundation, it feels super thick, so liking it so far. Okay, so that's covering really well, but right now I feel like I'm super like light, you know, like very white. So I might just add a little bit of that F8 in because it's not going to change the actual formula or finish of it, it's just the kind of colour. So I'm just going to add a little drop of this in. Yeah. I've applied too much, I think, to this side because it feels, you know, just a lot on my skin, really. Yeah, so I'd probably say, how many pumps did I put on? 2? Or was it 3? So yeah, I would do like 1 less than what I did because, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of product on my face, but it's covering like really well. It's covered all that redness I have here, like on my cheeks. So yeah, that's covered really well actually. Okay, so this is how we're looking. So straight away you can see that it has really good coverage. I would definitely say it is medium to full. Like it's covered, I would say, all the redness that I have. You know, like I've got a little bit of redness here, so it's covered it all on this side, which is really, really good. Yeah, so that's, I would definitely say it's medium to full. Now I think I put a little bit too much on this side, to be honest. Like one pump less I think would have been better for this side. Now in terms of the finish is nice. Like it doesn't really emphasise much texture. I can't really see it settling in too much to any fine lines. Well, I don't know really about around the eyes here. Most foundations do that anyway. If you've got like, you know, like creases there under the eyes, like everybody has that really. So in terms of the finish, I think it is nice. It doesn't really emphasise much texture. The only thing I would say is I think I've seen like a better finish from foundations, you know, for my nose. Like yeah, it's not really taking that well to my nose, but sometimes foundations don't really take that well to my nose. But yeah, like I have seen it better. I have seen foundations being better around my nose, you know, other ones. And in terms of it being a radiant finish, I would say it's not too overly radiant. So like if you are more oily skin, and I think this will actually be okay for you. Like I don't think it's like very, very glowy or anything like that. It does have a nice radiance to it, but it's not super, super glowy. Yeah, so far the finish is nice. So I'm just going to do this side and then I'll be back. Okay, so that's me applying the foundation to both sides, and like I do love the coverage. The coverage is incredible. Like it's definitely what it says, medium to full coverage. Now for like radiance, I would say it's not super, super glowy, if you know what I mean. It does have a nice radiant look to it, but not overly glowy. So you could definitely wear this if you are more oily skinned, I think. Like so far just now, obviously I'll see how it goes, you know, later on. Now it actually feels hydrating on the skin as well, like super hydrating. I feel like I don't have anything on my skin, even though like I did put like a lot of product on, you know, this side at the time, but I tried to take a little bit off, you know, onto my hand, you know, with a brush sort of thing. And now it feels quite good. So I do feel like it feels very lightweight on the skin and very hydrating. So yeah, liking that. And the colour is amazing. So I did use F7 with a little bit of F8 mixed in, and it's kind of like a perfect shade for me, you know, without any kind of like self tan on, which is good. And the actual shade range of this, you know, foundation is amazing. Like there's 50 different shades, and they've also included like a F0 shade, which is a pure white shade, which you can actually use, you know, you can mix that with any of the darker foundations to make them a little bit lighter, which I think is really good. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the concealer, and like they sent over a bunch of these as well. I'm not too sure which shade I'm going to be here, because I used F7 for obviously my face, but if I use C7 in the concealer, it will be like the same shade as the foundation really, I think. So I want my under eye area to be a little bit brighter, so I think I might need to use like a slightly lighter shade than that. I think before I use something like C4, you know, in the conceal and define, so I might try that out because I did send that shade. So that's C4 and that's C5. Now C5 looks as if it's got a little bit more of a yellow undertone to it, so I think I might actually swatch both these on the back of my hand. Right, I've opened C4 and C5, so I'm just going to swatch them on the back of my hands here. So that's C4 there. This one comes with a doe foot applicator. Like obviously the foundation comes with a pump, but the concealer is a doe foot, which I love in a concealer. So this one here is C5. Yeah, so C4 is a bit too cool tone, I think, for me. Yeah, so maybe C5. I may actually look at a shade a little bit lighter than that actually. I'm going to actually swatch 5.7 and also 6 as well. Let's go for a 5.7. Okay, that's a little bit more yellow toned. C6. Okay, so maybe C6 might go well actually. Yeah, now I think the claims that the concealer will be the exact same as the foundation. So Radiant Concealer with hyaluronic acid, Radiant Concealer with hyaluronic and acai. Actually, I'm going to look this up actually, because it said with hyaluronic acid and acai or acai. Okay, so it says this concealer is suitable for everyone looking for a lightweight finish with a boost of moisture, offering all day hydration thanks to an infusion of hyaluronic acid. It covers blemishes, even skin tone, and counteracts dark circles while drenching skin with moisture. Designed for drier skin, the sheer satin finish won't settle into fine lines, and the doe foot applicator allows for a smooth, delicate application. I'm just going to apply it a little bit under my eyes in little kind of triangle-y V shapes. Now it says it's got a kind of satin finish to it. A little bit on my chin to highlight, a little bit on my nose, and just a little bit right there as well. Okay, so that's how that's looking on this side. Now, I would say, does it say on this medium to full again? Medium to full coverage with the concealer. Like, I think it would probably be more light to medium. Yeah, light to medium. But it has kind of like highlighted a little bit of the eye, but not too much. Yeah, it sort of lifted and brightened the under eye area, which is quite nice. It has concealed quite a bit. It has quite a kind of radiant finish to it. Like, yeah, it does say it's got more of a, what's it, a satin finish it says, and it won't settle into the your fine lines. Like, it's a little bit creasy just right there, but like I always get that no matter what concealer really. Yeah, so far it's looking really good. I could set it with powder, but I don't know that I could mess up, so I might not set any of, you know, I might not set the concealer or the foundation today. I might just leave it as it is. I know they did bring out a new hydrating setting spray thing, which I would have quite liked to have tried, you know, for this foundation, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to like not set anything on my face, you know, today, like with setting powder and that. I'm just going to go in with like my bronzer and that to just kind of finish off my face, but I'll probably apply some eyeshadow as well, so that'll take away any kind of creasing that I have there. Is it better like that? I'll give you a little close-up of my face. So that's how the concealer and the foundation is looking. Like, I think it looks not bad. Yeah, like it looks good so far. I do like the finish. I love that it's kind of, the foundation is definitely kind of full coverage. And I love that it feels hydrating and feels lightweight on the skin, so I do like that. I like that it has a little bit of a kind of glowiness to it, not too much though. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just apply my bronzer and just the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and give you a little update.
Hand on the wheel, got my pistons pumping, all 800 horses running. Oh, baby. 125 in the middle of the night, got my engine thundering. Dream machine, racing queen, I'll take you wherever you wanna go. Let's slow this down, break the speed.
Okay guys, so that's me applied all the rest of my makeup. Right now we're at 1:44, if you can see that there, 13:44, and this is how the foundation is looking. So right now it looks really good. Of course I haven't set it with any powder or anything like that, or I haven't used any setting spray, so this is just purely what the foundation and concealer look like, you know, on their own. And like so far it's looking really nice. Hasn't settled into any fine lines. It isn't emphasising texture either. The coverage is still good, and it has a nice kind of radiant finish to it as well. The colour is good, like I don't think it's going to oxidise anymore. I think that is it basically. I mixed two shades as you've seen me doing. It's a really good match for me right now. I like the radiant finish to it. It makes your skin look kind of fresh and healthy looking. It's not overly glowy, so I think oily skin could probably wear this. Definitely like dry skin I think would like this. I have more kind of normal to, I would say, dry or normal combo kind of skin type. Yeah, I would say more in the dry to normal to dry. So like for my skin type, it is like looking good on my skin. It's not clinging to anywhere on my face. It's not setting into fine lines right now, which is good. So yeah, so far I'm liking it. So I will let you know later on how it's like looking and my thoughts on it then. Okay guys, so I'm back for a little check-in, and we're like just over 4 hours, so you can see that right there. It's 6:01 right now. So yeah, and right now it looks the same I think as when I first applied it. If not, I think it's a little bit more glowy, a little bit more dewier actually on the skin, but I actually don't mind that. But if you are oily skinned, then it could maybe be a little bit too oily, you know, for you. As I mentioned at the beginning, like I did think it would be good for oily skin, but I think it's getting a little bit more dewier, you know, as time's going on. But like I haven't set my face or anything like that, so like obviously setting it would maybe, you know, keep it from looking too dewy. But yeah, I'm still liking the finish. I think it's holding up really well. The only thing I have noticed though is around my nose is actually, it doesn't look the best around my nose, but I did mention that at the beginning when I applied it, that it never really took that well to my nose area. It's starting to rub off right there, and I don't actually like know why it is kind of rubbing off there, because again obviously I haven't been touched my nose or anything, I don't think, or maybe I have, I don't know, but yeah, and it does look a little bit cakey just right around the edges there as well. But if I'd set it with powder, then maybe it would look better, to be honest. But I just wanted to show you how it looked without any powder or any setting spray or anything like that. But yeah, so far I think everywhere else my face is really good. Like it's holding up well. It feels very lightweight on the skin and very hydrating. I don't think it's like transfer proof, because like when I touch my face there is like little, you know, there's like the foundation is coming off. If I'd set it with powder, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, it's definitely not transfer proof. Like overall the finish is nice. Like it does look really healthy on the skin, if you know what I mean. Oh, and in terms of it settling into like fine lines and things like that, I don't see that happening. In the concealer it's looking pretty good as well. Like it hasn't settled in much more to like the little creases under my eyes or anything like that, which is good. Like I think my mascara's starting to blend there. Yeah, so the concealer's looking good still. The only thing I do say about the foundation is it is looking a little bit cakey around my nose. Sometimes that happens with kind of glowy, more dewier foundations on me, so I'm not too fussed about that. I could have set it with powder if I wanted to. Yeah, that might have helped with that. But the rest, like everywhere else on my face, the foundation is looking good, and I do think it is a very kind of full coverage foundation. The concealer I think is more medium coverage, yeah, medium coverage, but like I don't mind, because obviously I've got the foundation underneath the concealer, so that covers a bit, and then you just add a little bit more with the concealer, and then you're like fully covered really. It's holding up well. I will let you know if anything dramatic changes with the foundation down in the comment section. But it has been over 4 hours, so It's lasting really well so far. I think in the next couple of hours it'll still look the same. Maybe by time bedtime it'll probably maybe look a little bit messier, but I don't mind because, you know, I would have had it on for about 12 hours by then. Yeah, no, hang on, what time is it? 4 plus 4 is 8, maybe 8 to 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours, yeah. But like, I don't mind. I think it looks really good so far. Still, I still like that it looks nice and healthy and glowy. It has a nice radiance to it. It's not too glowy. Like, obviously it is kind of glowy. I think it's got more glowier the longer it's been on, but I still like it. I'm going to continue to use it, and yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you really did like the video, then give it the big thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button down below if you're brand new to my channel, and I will speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye! Mwah.